Turn me up, D.
Hi, I'm Rashad Moselle, and welcome to When Artists Collab. I'm here with Bradford Mason, author, creator of Third Second Chance, a love romance novel. I met this brother Brad 4 years ago. We was at a part-time job, and we would always have these deep conversations. I wish we had them recorded. It was so great sometimes. He would always have a book in his hand, I noticed, and I always told him he had an old soul, like he'd been here before. He's just full of wisdom. I'm really proud of him with his new book here, and I'm gonna interview him, ask him a few questions, and tell you about his book. Brad, tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, first of all, I just want to appreciate Rashad for just putting this platform together for artists and authors, man. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Most definitely. It's always a good opportunity when brothers can always get up, link up together, and put something creative into the world. You know, put something out into the world. They say black men can't really join forces and collab. We here to dispel that. Because when you put your ego aside, put your pride aside, anything is definitely possible when working with your own. So I appreciate you, but appreciate you, Rashad. And a little bit about my background. Born and raised Charlotte, North Carolina. Really from Charlotte. Born in Presbyterian Hospital before it was Novant. Throughout my childhood, I've always been a thinker. Always thirst for knowledge. Always read. I was always writing poetry. When I was a freshman at North Carolina A&T State University, my professor, he told me, my creative writing professor, he said, Brad, you got a strong pen. And I just love reading your short stories. Every assignment that we do, you always attack it with vigor. You always attack it with a start, a unique approach. And that just always stuck with me, man. It always stuck with me. So, you know, I'm just excited to have completed my first love romance novel, Third Second Chance, which is available on Amazon, print and ebook form. And that's my background, man. Just being born and raised really from Charlotte.
Okay.
Lived on every side of the city, except for the east side. I'm really from here, man. You know, if you cut my veins, you'll probably bleed purple and teal. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the Hornets.
Yeah, right. Definitely shout out to the Hornets, man. For real.
All right. So tell us what this book is about.
With a love romance novel, this book is about two individuals coming from two separate sides of the universe, really.
Okay.
Two separate sides of reality. You got one character, she's trying to escape pain. Both of them are trying to escape some pain, unresolved grief, because we all have this, you know, the world that we live in now has a bottom line about relationships. Yeah, a very bottom line, and we want to define relationships for what we've accomplished in a relationship instead of actually relating in relationship. And that's what this book was about, man. I just seen that it was a need for it. I seen that it was really a hunger for it. So I said, why not give it to the people? You know, accomplishments in relationships are a reflection of who we are, not what we are.
Yeah.
You know, and when you don't get over unresolved grief, unresolved hurt, unresolved pain, it will show up in a relationship. Relationship is a mirror. So the reflection that you get back from your partner is your personal curriculum. Everything that you've escaped from, everything that you ran from will show up in a relationship. And we've got away from the idea of actually relating. So that bottom line of relationships and how we look at it, especially within the black community, we look at it as a transaction. What can you do for me? what have you done for me lately? It's all deeply rooted in a transactional society, looking at each other through the lenses of the people that marginalize us. So that's what this book is about, all of that tied into one. And I'm just glad that the universe put it on my heart so I can go ahead and put it out, because it was a blessing to me, and it's a blessing to give it to you guys.
Nice. I tell you, the brother was deep. All right, my next question I have for you, what inspired the characters? We talk about, I don't want to give the whole book away, but your two main characters, Serene, Mello. Tell us a little bit about them.
Well, Serene and Mello are the two main characters. Serene, she is a driven individual. She comes from a lot of pain. She resents her mother because her father treated her mother as an employee. With her father being incarcerated, her mother was treated like an employee before he was incarcerated. So she seen her dad. Her dad was there with her, but then he got sent away to prison, and it was just her and her mother. So her and her mother had obstacles and conversations, and she seen things that happened growing up that influenced her look on men,
right,
and really her outlook on life, really, not just men. So she's coming from a past that she's really trying to run away from. And with her trying to run away from that past, everything that she did not resolve within self, it reflected in her relationship with Mello. Mello, Southern gentleman, down home brother. He's a hard-working Southern gentleman, but the thing about Mello, his heart is bigger than his body. So he is very naive to individuals' intentions, because his heart is so big. He ignores their behavior sometimes because he loves the individuals around him so much. And the thing about Mello, he's overcoming heartbreak as well. He's overcoming a traumatic experience with his ex-girlfriend. And his ex-girlfriend really put him in a bind. He became depressed. He became not himself. So then when Serene shows up, it rekindled everything that he thought he knew. Everything that he thought was right, she challenged that. Everything that he was taught, she challenged that. If you don't have any challenges, you're not gonna grow.
right.
So within me saying that, within the vein of me saying that, these two were really meant to be for each other. Really meant to be with each other.
Sounds very interesting, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait to read it. I remember when I first met you, you was always talking about you always wanted to write a book, and now you're here. How long did that process take you to write this book?
Now I started writing this book back in 2018, and it took me 3 years to write this novel, man. And anybody would tell you, writing novels, man, writing a book, it takes some time, especially when you're filtering out ideas, the challenges of everyday life, going to work every day, still providing, still keeping your mental right. It's really a challenging thing, but it took me 3 years, but I kept striving, and I eventually was able to push through.
Was there any challenges, like any writer's block that within that 3 years that kind of got you discouraged or kind of threw you off a little bit?
Yes, there was some challenges. The main challenge was fear. Fear is
false evidence appearing real.
Yeah, it is. There you go. False evidence appearing real. Yeah. And fear is on the other side of everything of the unknown. Right. You feel what I'm saying? We fear the unknown. Everything that we want is on the other side of fear. Right. So we have to understand that, man. It's definitely false evidence appearing real. That was one obstacle, that fear, man. Fear. Oh wow, am I even good enough to write this? Am I even talented enough to put this out? Why me? You feel what I'm saying? Right. Why is the responsibility on me to put this story to light? So that fear, man, we have to conquer that, man. I was confused a lot of times as well. But confusion is good because confusion it really takes you down a road to everything that you thought you knew.
Okay.
So confusion, man, when we get that confusion and fear into our systems, we have to use that as strength to keep going and be resilient.
Nice.
So, you know, that fear and confusion really kind of hindered me, but I stayed prayed up and I just kept on writing, man. I kept writing through it.
Good. I'm glad you didn't allow fear to stop you, man.
Can't.
Our next question is, do you have any favorite authors that inspire you, or any books out there that kind of was your like main inspiration that kept you like, you know what, I want to write a book?
Yes. Rest in peace to the late and great Eric Jerome Dickey. My favorite author of all time when it comes to romance, black fiction. Eric Jerome Dickey, that's one of my favorite authors.
Okay.
Another favorite author of mine is Donald Goins. Donald Goins, he's raw and uncut. He's raw and uncut. Eric Jerome Dickey is more of a finesse layup, the fadeaway shot.
That's that basketball background.
You know,
in you.
Donald Goins, he's the dunker.
Okay.
He's more the rough, rigid
Driving
type
home.
of, this is me, you're accepting my words as me.
Okay.
So Eric Jerome Dickey, Donald Goins, and I have to say Brother Zoe Williams.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shout out to Zoe.
Yeah, Zoe Williams, man. That relationship dismount book, that book right there, how to stick the landing when exiting a toxic relationship. Very powerful authors, man. Very powerful words. I think everyone should have at least one copy of those brothers' books, man. They all on Amazon, Google. But those authors right there, man, those three authors right there really kept me going and striving to say, hey, I'm not alone in my thought process.
Right. I feel like anytime you're dealing with love or heartache, there's something that we all have to heal from that pain and that loss. And a lot of times we have to grow. You know, if you don't go through that pain, we'll never go through the process of healing. Yeah, that's good. What advice would you give others writing a book?
I would say, don't worry about what other people think. Write your story. Write your experience. To anybody, because there's a lot of people that say, hey man, my one main goal in life is to write a book. And a lot of people don't finish it. A lot of people, we end up starting tasks and not completing it. I say just see through it. See through it and keep on going, man. Keep on going. Don't stop. Don't ever stop. Just don't stop until you finish, man. You can't fail until you quit.
Right.
You can't fail until you quit, man. And with men, black men, man, we're shepherds of pain, but stewards and advocates of peace. So we keep a lot of stuff in, man, that has been just rebirthed throughout the years into our DNA.
Definitely
A lot
concur
of
with that.
Yeah, man, a lot of stuff has been ingrained into our DNA to tell us that we're not good enough, to tell us that we're not talented enough.
Right.
And you know, you got some people around you that may not want to support you either, but you can't worry about that. You have to worry about what God has placed on your heart.
Amen.
What God has placed on your mind and within your spirit, within the fabric of your DNA. You have to just keep pushing and striving for better, just knowing that one day my name is going to be in lights. You feel what I'm saying? And anybody who's working on anything creative, whether it be film, whether it be writing, whether you a blogger, whether you a YouTuber, whatever it is, creative, birthing something from dirt. I mean, from dirt, from nothing.
Right.
Birthing something that nobody else sees. You birthing something and bringing it and creating it, watching it grow and putting it before the people.
Right.
It's a very beautiful motherfucking thing.
Good. Any sequels? Any hope for? I know it's we talked about it early. We just putting Third Second Chance out, but any hopes for another sequel for the book?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a sequel. You know, I'm not sure the title of it. It may be like Third Second Chance Love's Revenge, or Third Second Chance something, I don't know. But right now we just pushing that Third Second Chance. I really want to write a self-help book, being that I'm a father, a husband, I have a black wife and a black child. So I really want to do a self-help book for young boys, for young any race, just growing up within the new world. You don't have those positive reflections anymore. Being that we don't control our own media and our own narrative, there's a lot of reflections out here that don't necessarily represent us in a positive light. Kind of want to write a self-help book, but you know, we pushing Third Second Chance, man. Available on Amazon, ebook, print. Please go support.
Please get out there and grab a copy.
Yes, most definitely.
So let you finish this home. What's next for you? I know you said possible sequels. Any other ventures you want to try to do?
Just writing, man. A lot of times our talent and our passion isn't necessarily our purpose in life. Isn't necessarily our gift. Just because you got a hobby don't mean it's your gift. So, you know, with me, man, I find freedom in writing. You know, I find freedom in helping people, man. I put on homeless drives. I've tutored kids. I've mentored youth throughout Charlotte, man. And I've done these things without really documentation, man. Just putting it together. But writing is my passion, and that's what I'm going to keep on doing, man. I'm going to keep trying to stay healthy, because you can't do nothing without no health. So I'm going to keep trying to stay healthy. Keep practicing positive thinking. Not letting this world get the best of me, man. Because it's a lot of forces out here that will, when you're working on something, it's a lot of forces that will try to impede and impose on your purpose. I'm trying to block all that out, man, and just give the people way more books, excuse me. And also, before we get out of here, man, I want to give a shout out to Rashad Moselle for this cover, man. Beautiful cover, don't you agree? You know, third Second Chance, man. This beautiful cover right here by this powerful brother right here, man. This is a very beautiful cover, man. Third Second Chance, man. I really do appreciate.
It's an honor and a pleasure for creating that for you, and thank you for being on the show.
No problem.
Much success to you in the future.
Thank you, man. When artists collab, baby, Third Second Chance.
There it is.
Please go support that. Print, ebook form. Fuck with me. Thank you.
All right, now.